Hey learners, thinkers and poetry lovers. Welcome back to English Lovers by HoneyD. Today we are exploring a poem that may be short but speaks volumes. This is called The Work of Artifice by Marge Piercy, a feminist poet known for using simple language to expose deep truths. So this poem uses the image of a bonsai tree to symbolize how women or any living being can be shaped, limited and controlled by the society. Let's walk through the poem line by line and uncover its real message. First of all, I'll go by the recitation of the poem so that you will get to know what we're going to go through the whole video. The bonsai tree in the attractive pot could have grown 80 feet tall on the side of a mountain till split by lightning. But a gardener carefully pruned it. It is 9 inches high. Every day as he whittles back the branches, the gardener croons. It is your nature to be small and cozy, domestic and weak. How lucky little tree to have a pot to grow in. With living creatures, one must begin very early to dwarf their growth. The bound feet, the crippled brain, the hair in curlers, the hands you love to touch. I will go by every line now. The bonsai tree in the attractive pot. We begin with the peaceful image, a bonsai tree in a pretty pot, but the peacefulness is quite deceptive here. The tree is not wild. It is decorated, contained and shaped. The bonsai represents a woman made to look pretty and perfect, but limited in growth. Could have grown 80 feet tall on the side of a mountain till split by the lightning. So this tiny bonsai has the potential for greatness, to be great in life. It could have grown into a mighty tree on a mountain instead of being in a pot. Even face storms as well as lightning. This represents a woman's natural strength, intellect and power, but society never lets her get there. But a gardener carefully pruned it. It is 9 inches high. Enters the gardener here, the symbol of society, family, patriarchy, whoever is responsible for limiting that potential. With care and patience, the gardener prunes the tree, keeps it small, and now this once mighty being is only 9 inches high, from 80 feet to 9 inches. That's the tragedy. Every day as he whittles back the branches, the gardener croons. Every day he cuts a little more, not violently, but softly and gently, while singing to that particular tree. That's important. Oppression here is disguised as love. He sings while hurting. This is how manipulation often works, not through abuse, but through kindness that limits. It is your nature to be small and cozy, domestic and weak. Now the gardener speaks and it is quite shocking. He tells the tree, you are meant to be small. You are meant for home only. You are very weak. You are weak in life. That is indoctrination, that lie told over and over until it becomes a belief. Many girls grow up hearing this. You are too soft for the world. Stay quiet. Be pretty, not powerful. How lucky little tree to have a pot to grow in. And here is the worst part. The gardener says the tree is lucky. Lucky to be trapped, confined, and caged. This is gaslighting, making someone feel grateful for their oppression. With living creatures, one must begin very early to dwarf their growth. Now the metaphor becomes crystal clear. Marge Piercy steps away from the tree and says, with real living beings, you must start young to control them. To keep them small, you begin early. It's a systematic control, not accidental. The bound feet, the crippled brain, the hair in curlers, the hands you love to touch. These lines are chilling. The bound feet, a reference to old Chinese traditions where girls' feet were broken and bound to keep them small. Then is crippled brain, denying education, telling girls not to think too much. Hair in curlers, always focusing on the appearance. The hands you love to touch, even the softest part like love or intimacy, are touched by only after control is established. This is how women are shaped, reduced and beautified for someone else's desire, not for their own life. Then comes the poetic devices in the poem. First of all comes the extended metaphor. The bonsai tree is compared to women, the gardener to the society and patriarchy. Then there is irony. The gardener calls limitation a blessing. Then is imagery. Vivid pictures of pruning, binding, colors, and the pot. Then there is tone, calm, subtle, but deeply critical and tragic. Then the use of diction, words like cozy, croon, lucky, hiding pain under softness. And what are the different themes in the poem? Societal control over the woman, gaslighting and the false narrative, beauty versus freedom, internalized oppression, and lost potential. Friends, this poem is a mirror held up to all of us. Are you growing wild and free? Or have you been trained to stay small? Are you being shaped by someone else's expectations? Or living your true potential? Are you living your own true potential? So what you have to do is break the pot, grow like the mountain tree, face the storm if you must, but never let anyone convince you that smallness is your nature. You are not made to fit. You are made to flourish. If this poem touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and comment your thoughts. For more such poems, analysis, and motivational lessons, subscribe to English Lovers by HoneyD. Keep rising, keep reading, and never let anyone prune your dreams. Have a wonderful day. Take care.